There is no greater indication of interest and commitment than continuous, unbroken effort. It is not talent, it is not skill, it is not advantage, it is effort. Effort is the key. And the beautiful thing about it is that you control your effort, and your effort dictates your levels of success. The rate at which you succeed, the rate at which you change is dictated by your efforts. Unbroken, dogged effort. And a lot of times that effort that you're putting in, you have to put that unbroken effort into the things that you do not like to and or want to do. A lot of people work hard at doing the things they like to do. You know, a lot of people work hard on the days they feel like working hard. But nothing will bring you consistent results better than consistent effort, especially in the areas that you do not like, especially in the areas in a time when you don't feel like it, especially for the things that you like doing the least. All right? And every time I do and work with people, I hear people making comments like, well, I gotta have my, I can't drink it without my honey. I gotta have my this. And all these people know that those very things that they're speaking of are part and parcel of the reason for them being in the position that they are now. Okay? And they're not willing to put forth the effort to sacrifice any excuse. They're willing to work hard at everything else except that. Well, can I just have that? And that in itself should let you know that that is an area in which you must sacrifice. That is an area in which you must win mentally. At least that's how I approach things. That's how I've been able to be successful with the things. I found my weakest points, the things I like doing the least, and I did them the most effort, the most consistency, the most intensity every single time until they became part of what I just do. Effort. You want to transform your life? Look at your level of effort. Okay? Effort. How much effort do you put into your healthy lifestyle? How much effort do you put into your dreams? How much effort do you put into your relationship? Effort. And the more consistent, continuous, unbroken your effort is, the better all those things become. And by effort, we mean conscious effort. Looking at the things you do wrong, looking at the things you do right, putting attention to those things, tweaking those things, trying every single day to get better at those things. Not only better physically, but better mentally at those things. How can I improve this? Effort is and has always been the key to your success or lack thereof. Effort. There's nothing hugely different between you and anyone else. It's not time. It's not talent. It's not even opportunity. Because let's be real, it's something funny that happens when you increase your effort, when you work harder. The old saying, the hard work puts you where the good luck can find you. It's true. It's amazing how much luckier you get the harder you work, Okay? Like yesterday we talked about it. You create the circumstances you need. How do you create that? Work, effort, continuous effort, consistency, dedication, desire. That's how you do it. You're not going to get what you want when you only work on the things you want to work on. When you only work as hard as you feel like working on the days that you feel like working. At day's end, at the end of the run, no one cares how you felt. You don't even care how you felt. It boils down to, did you achieve it or not? What was your effort like? Was your effort continuous? Did you wake up regardless? Did you go 100% regardless? Or did you have every excuse in the world? Did you hang on to a few bad habits because you had to have this, you had to have that? And then at day's end, you expect to get a certain amount of results. That's not how it works. So then what's the next thing people do? They adjust their expectations of the results. Why? Because they refuse to put in the effort that's necessary to match the results they truly want. So that's what I say. They always now give you their adjusted best. Well, if I can just do this, all I want is this. No, that's not all you want. That's all you're willing to sacrifice for. Because if you really wanted to sacrifice, if you really wanted the other things, all you would have to do is put forth the effort. You're not willing. Be honest with yourself. And be honest with the people who are trying to help you. Are you really willing? Are you really willing? Because if you're willing, your effort would match that. What does your effort say about your willingness to succeed? A lot of people can tell you anything in the world. Oh, I really want to succeed. I'm a go-getter. I believe I can. I'm a hard worker. I've overcome before. Really? What is your track record? What's your effort? What does that say? What does that say? When you are truly working at your goals, when you're grinding, you usually don't have to explain them to people. People can see that in your consistency of effort. Okay? When you're on a mission, you don't really have to explain it to people that much. They can see it with your consistency of effort. You know? I remember many a times in working out in the gym, people come to me and say, what are you training for? Because I see you must be training for something, because you're here every single day and you're working hard every single day. What are you training for? They know you have a goal. Believe it or not, I could be working out with people all around me. They don't ask the other people, because the other people are just there kind of passing time, going through the whole hump. But when you sit back and you watch someone, you can tell someone who has a goal. You can tell someone who is grinding towards something, because their effort, their consistency, their desire, their intensity is unbroken. As a matter of fact, it keeps getting ratcheted up. What does your effort say about you? Does it say you're working on something? Does it say you have bigger dreams, bigger goals, bigger desires, bigger aspirations for yourself? Or does it say you've settled in? Does it say you've compromised? Does it say, hey, you know what? I like where I am and I'm just trying to maintain. Effort. Effort is the line of demarcation. What does your effort say about you? Okay. One of the things that gets me with people is that, especially people who are trying to diet, trying to get themselves together, right? And you work all week putting forth effort, abstaining from certain things, you know, and you get results from that. You get results in the form of physical results, but more so you get results from the form of mental results, belief, confidence. For the life of me, I cannot understand the person that does that and at the end of the week wants to have just a little bit of the very same things you have just won a week-long battle against by abstaining. I can have just a little cookie, right? What'd you do the last 7 days for? You only did it for to have another cookie. The cookie is the reason why you did the 7 days. Haven't you had enough of that? And now you have paid for a certain amount of pride and confidence in effort. And now you're going to dilute, discount, disrespect your own efforts by going right back to the very same thing that you tried to conquer for an entire week, for an entire month. How is it that you're going to establish a certain amount of belief in yourself? How is it that you're going to establish dominion over yourself to say, I cannot, will not, and cannot continue going back, exactly, hustling backwards? Blows my mind. Blows my mind. Effort. And like I always say, we talked about it a couple of weeks back, self-respect. Okay? How much do you respect the efforts you just put in for the last 7 days? How much do you respect your commitment to yourself? Okay? And yes, people do put energy into the things they want to. But if you claim you want to get better, put energy into it, and stop putting energy into the things that are actually taking away and moving you away from that goal of being better, getting better, performing better, looking better, feeling better, being healthier, being more successful. When you're grinding, especially in the beginning when you're grinding, we have to be very black and white about our efforts. Pro-goal, anti-goal. And anything you do that is anti-goal is disrespectful to the effort you put in. You sitting there, you're eating clean, you're drinking water, you're exercising, you're going to sleep on time, you're doing your cardio, you're taking supplements, and then you turn around and you can't have a cup of tea or coffee without sugar in it, without honey in it. Think about that. Imagine if you, which you are, part of a team working on different things, all right? And let's assume you guys are supposed to be digging holes and clearing dirt. And you got a group of guys on your team and they're digging the holes and they're dogged at digging the holes. And when they toss the dirt, you're supposed to move the dirt to the side. You got the other guys in front clearing the grass. But then at the same time, you got some jackass who is not continuous with their effort and conscientious of the effort that everybody else is putting in. And as they're clearing stuff, they're throwing more dirt in the hole. How happy would you be with that member of your team who is increasing the work for everyone else after you've worked so hard to get to a certain point? They're not doing their little job properly, consistently, effectively. Isn't that what you do to yourself? Every time you take a cheat meal, cheat day, you come up with slack effort, not so much consistency, excuses, just a little bit here. And how is it that you expect you and the members of your team to remain motivated when you have someone on your team, your weaknesses steady pulling you down, diluting your effort, diluting your results? You control that. And if you could get that person off of your team, you would, you should. And I suggest you adjust yourself so you get that mindset out of your mind, that thought out of your mind. Do you want to achieve your goal or not? And if you want to achieve your goal, it's going to take consistent effort. Period. End of story. Not excuses, because you can always find an excuse. Like my mother used to say, you can find 1,000 excuses to get you, to absolve you of the responsibility of getting something done. However, all you need is one reason why you must. Okay, and we can find several reasons, but all you need is one. All right? Anytime you're about to use that word can't, you have to ask yourself again, is it true that I can't? Or is it more so that I won't? I'm not willing to. And then you have to ask yourself, why won't I do that? Especially if it's in my best interest and for my greater cause. Why won't I do that? Why won't I sacrifice? Is this really that important to me? In retrospect to the goal I say I really want? What does this say about my effort? Am I really willing to disrespect all my efforts? Am I really willing to retard the attainment of my goal because I won't conquer this? Is this really that important? Once again, it boils down to your level of respect for yourself. Okay? You say your dreams are important. You say your goals are important. Do your efforts match that? Are your efforts matching the expectations you have for yourself? And before you give me some adjusted downward expectation, ask yourself, why are you adjusting your expectations down as opposed to ratcheting them up? What level of respect do you have for yourself? That you're willing to settle for some cold leftovers because you won't put in the full effort. Exactly. Some people are their own weakest link. You will find that it's not the people around you that stop you. It's not the situations that stop you. It's not the circumstances that stop you. It is your lack of effort, commitment, consistency, desire, dedication, and dogged consistency. That's what's stopping you. That's what's stopping you. That's what's always stopped you. The beautiful thing about it is you can control all those things with effort, continuous effort. For a lot of you guys who started the detox stack and decided to change your diet, change your lifestyle, moving yourself in a different, direction, all right? The first couple of days of embarking on a new plan is difficult. One of the worst things you can do for yourself and to yourself is to give yourself excuses and take breaks. It takes time to build discipline. It really does, right? And that's why you have to have a reason why. Okay? That's why you have to have a why, a cause. All right? And the stronger that why, the more apt you are to stick to it. No excuses, no days off, no buts, no exceptions. And then what happens over the first week or two is that you get a certain level of confidence in yourself because you know what, you went a whole week. Now you can start having competition with yourself. Let's make it 2 weeks. And there's something crazy that happens when it hits that 21-day mark. They say 21 days to build a habit. All right? What 21 days actually does is it builds a habit of following through. It builds consistency. It builds belief. It builds self-respect, self-regard. Because what is that reinforced with? A lot of times it's reinforced with what? Results. All right? But it's going to take you putting forth full effort, especially in the beginning, to to build that consistency, to build that discipline, to get that level of self-respect up. And it doesn't happen if you already start off looking for and asking for breaks, asking for exceptions, taking exceptions, making excuses. What is your effort going to say about you? Okay? What is your effort going to say about you? Because 5 years from now, 5 months from now, 5 weeks from now, you won't remember what you did this Tuesday. All you will be left with are the results of your efforts. Are you going to be happy with the results of your efforts? Are you going to be proud of the results of your efforts? Or are you going to know for a fact that you could have had better results? You could have been further ahead had your efforts been better, more consistent. Had you been more disciplined, had you sacrificed more for yourself. That's what it's going to boil down to. All right? Something to think about. You want to transform your life? Transform your efforts. Because that is a true indication of what you say you really want. You got to go all in. All right? You got to go all in. All right? Happy Tuesday, guys. Unruly Empress says a lot to think about. Actually, it's nothing to think about. It's a simple decision. Do you want it? Yes? How much? Okay? Prove it. Prove it. Prove how much you want this. Okay? Prove how much you want it. Don't talk to me about it. Show me. You want it? Show me. Because that's what the world cares about. The world doesn't give a damn about your damn intentions. It cares about your results. Your true inner self doesn't care about your intentions. It cares about your results. Your results is what gives you confidence in yourself, not what you intended to do, not what you wanted to do, not what you planned to do, not what you said you were going to do, what you actually did. Okay? It's nothing to think about. It's something to prove, and you prove it with effort. You prove it with consistency. You prove it with desire. Weak desire, weak results. Because the underpinning of desire is action, continuous action. Okay? Consistent action, daily action. There you go. Someone says, I miss hanging with my friends, but I love having results and self-love more. Exactly. You have to make, listen, we all have to make choices. All right? And I like he said he likes hanging with his friends. Who doesn't like having brownies? Right? Everybody loves having brownies. Everybody loves having cookies. Everybody loves having a little sweetener in your tea. But do you like the results that come when you abstain from those things? The self-confidence that comes? Of course you do. Now your question is, which one do you like more? Which ones are gonna serve you more and for a longer period of time? Exactly. Weak desire, weak results. Weak consistency, weak results. Weak effort, weak results.